our new French Brothers Homes podcast, where we talk about everything new construction related. I'm Jason Kipker with French Brothers Homes, and we're joined with a special guest today. I've got Milton from Price Mortgage, and we're going to talk a little bit about a lot of questions that we're getting right now, especially when it comes to interest rates and mortgages. Marco, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been a loan officer for Price Mortgage a little over a year now, total 4 years experience being a loan officer. I like to tell people I have my bachelor's in lending now, after 4 years. So it's really good. Work really closely with French Brothers and their communities. So that's a little bit about me. I'm married, I have a son, he's 2 years old. So I love French Brothers and I love their homes. It's awesome.
Well, we appreciate that. We love working with y'all. You're one of our trusted lenders. So we really appreciate everything y'all do for us. I know we get a lot of questions right now about interest rates and what they're going to look like in the next 6 months. I'm sure y'all do as well.
Yes.
What are y'all kind of seeing with regards to that? I know it's hard to predict the future, but what are the signs kind of telling y'all?
Yeah, it is hard to predict. This year has been, 2023 has been surprising. In this upcoming year, 2024, we've had a lot of good movement, especially recently at the end of 2023, to be able to see some good relief in inflation. And inflation has had a huge role in what interest rates are right now. I think now that hopefully we've got a little bit more of a handle on it, we've got to just kind of see how this year plays out, but I'm hoping that we can still see them, on the decline this upcoming year. And I'm hoping that, there'll be less. We saw it get almost to 8% last year. And, the last couple of years before that, we saw rates as low as the 2s. I don't think we'll see that low of rates, but anything's better than 8%.
Those historical lows were unbelievable.
Right.
They were around for so long, it became the new norm for a lot of people. With kind of where interest rates are, I know there's still a lot of people that have life-changing events going on, relocation, adding new members to the family where they're needing a new home. What sort of options are available for a buyer to get into a home now with a lower interest rate than there is currently?
Right. I think right now, there's an availability to be able to kind of discuss with you guys, for example, in terms of maybe what incentives you guys have to get some credits. We call them builder credits or seller credits. We have used that to help people use that money to help buy down the interest rate, to buy discount points.
Okay.
Discount points are basically money you pay up front to have a lower interest rate. So there's actually a couple different types of buy downs. There's permanent rate buy downs where the money you use will directly affect the rate permanently for the term of the loan. There's also temporary rate buy downs. Some examples that people might be familiar with are like 2-1 buy downs or 1-1 buy downs, where we can use that money and put it into an escrow account, and then every month it's going to cover the interest rate difference of 2% for the first year, 1% for the second year. And then your rate will adjust back to the original locked rate from 2 years ago. So that's what temporary rate buy downs are for. So we've had a lot of success, I would say, with people wanting new homes and they wanting lower interest rates with the temporary rate buy downs. Just because, in a sense, what worst case scenario is going forward. If we lock you in today at a 6.5, that's the worst it's going to be for the next 30 years. But if rates do get lower, then you can refinance and have a lower rate than that 6.5.
Yeah. That's really good. We hear a lot throughout the home building industry of marry the home, date the rate. I know with the marry the home part, since that's, prices on new construction do nothing but go up. Unfortunately, raw materials and labor, year after year, we see increases in those, which cause those home prices to go up. So that marry the home is today's price is the lowest you're going to see. But how does that kind of date the rate is more your department? I know you kind of touched on the refinance.
Yeah, no, I think it's true. And, you probably hear it too, Jason, but so many people's like, oh, I wish I would have bought in 2009, or I wish I had bought in the 90s, or whatever it is. Like you said, buying a home today is going to be the best price for sure. So marrying the home, dating the rate is obviously we're accepting that maybe things are a little bit inflated and we're going to have a little bit of higher interest than what we want, but you know, where you can't control what the price is at any given time, or you can't ask for 1980s prices today. You can definitely get the best interest rate at any given time with a refinance. So get a 6.5 today, maybe in a year a 5.5 is available. You already own the home. You already got the home at the best price. Now you can get the best rate at that current time. So
excellent. That's definitely something that I know buyers appreciate, being able to do that. Kind of talking about another fear that I guess we hear quite often is buyers that want to build their own, choose all of the options and upgrades in the home, but are really fearful about what interest rates could do during that build time. Even with a 4 to 5 month build schedule, we've seen such volatility with rates. Are there programs or things that kind of help them? I know you mentioned locking in a rate.
Right. Yeah, so for us, we can definitely lock in a rate as far out as 180 days.
Oh, wow.
Which is huge. Now, it does, I mean, like I said, I kind of let the buyer, so to say, kind of command their own ship, because there is going to be a cost associated with locking it out that long, and there will also maybe be the option that the rate is a little bit higher than what it is currently today if we locked it for 30 days, let's say. So it's a little bit of a, I guess, a give and take. You know, you lock in and you know you're good for, let's say, 180 days, but realistically, we mostly recommend locking about 60 days out.
Okay.
Unless, like I said, sometimes we do have some insight into the future of like, well, we really feel like something is going to kind of not go our way with the rates, then we might consider locking it early. But a lot of times we see it most prudent to lock about 60 days out. And another thing too is to always consider is it does cost money to extend past the lock date, you know? So if we lock it in for 180 days, but for whatever reason we have an electrical finalist, you know, delayed, or a final inspection delayed, or whatever it is, and we have to extend it, it does cost money to extend that too. So we always try to find that sweet point, also working with you guys, knowing of our completion dates and just being on time with everything to really find the best optimal date. I would say 60 days. Usually, sometimes we wait longer, 45, 30 days, because that's the optimal interest rate we can get you guys, but 60 days I think is usually the best time.
Excellent. Yeah, well, we really appreciate you kind of being here today and sharing some information with us. If we've got individuals that would like to ask some more questions of you or your team, what would be the best way for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, definitely. We'll include my contact information, but you can email me, you can text me, my personal cell phone number. We're always available. Our local office is here in Las Cruces, but we are licensed throughout New Mexico as well as Arizona and Texas. So happy to help. We don't have any lender fees. We have extremely competitive interest rates. We're a wholesale lender, so we can definitely shop the rate and save people some money.
Excellent. I know finding the perfect solution for everyone's kind of unique situation is what y'all specialize in. So I know so many of our happy customers have told us that y'all found a solution that other lenders weren't able to.
Oh, that's good.
So it is nice to hear. And thank y'all so much for joining us today. And hopefully you learned a little bit more about mortgages and interest rates. We'll be doing this twice a month. We'll have new information. So join us soon for our next podcast. Thank you and have a great day.